Tonight, a surge in cases continues. We're now reporting this virus has officially reached every state in the nation. Well over 7,000 cases nationally and 132 deaths. We are seeing a severe increase in just the last 24 hours. You see it here. In fact, when we began this very broadcast last night, there were under 6,000 cases. The growth is real. But as with any evolving measurement, keep in mind what we know already about these numbers. There's the actual total numbers of cases out there around the whole world and around the whole country. And many, of course, are undiagnosed and thus unreported. Then there's the number that are actually caught by testing, what we often call in the news the confirmed cases. And that has been lagging in the U.S. So part of this new rise stems from a deliberate and you could say even positive step, a rise in the testing available in the United States. That's something health and policy experts have been advocating. Now, that's the health data. Then there is another set of reactions across the country today. In the United States, markets crashing again. The Dow down 1,300 points. That's over 6%. And the drastic measure was taken again, an automatic freeze on trading at one point today. That's the fourth time in 2 weeks we've seen that. Now, here's another measure for you. 38 states have now closed schools, which obviously reshapes life. It adds a daily challenge to so many families coping with this new normal. And then we have for you right now the news out of Washington tonight. The United States Senate passing a massive relief package, the Paid Sick Leave Act. And President Trump taking a major step under existing law. This is from the Korean War era. And it is basically a power he's using that enables the government to force U.S. businesses to produce materials needed for national defense. In this case, things like medical supplies and ventilators.
We'll be invoking the Defense Production Act just in case we need it. In other words, I think you all know what it is, and it can do a lot of good things if we need it. FEMA now is fully engaged at the highest levels. Today, FEMA is activated in every region. We are at level one being the highest level.
The Trump administration also planning to send military ships to hard-hit areas and taking major steps to try to prevent what would otherwise be planned foreclosures or evictions. And Treasury officials have said, according to what we heard from their congressional briefing last night, that the United States could, and I emphasize could, face a risk of reaching 20% unemployment if no action were taken. Of course, that's why so many actions are being taken. The administration is now asking Congress for $500 billion or $500 billion that would provide direct payments to Americans during this difficult period. And there are all sorts of other changes across daily life. Shelter-in-place orders now in Northern California expanded. That hits basically now over 8 million people. The United States and Canada agreeing to shut the northern border for effectively most travel, and warnings of a pandemic topping 18 months in a new federal government report. While new research out now suggests that this virus can survive for 3 days on some surfaces, like plastic and steel, and can live briefly in the air, although this is not an airborne virus. So here we are tonight. Take it all together. And what do you have? You have a global health crisis, stoking this economic shockwave that is reshaping our lives, our priorities, our government's action before our very eyes. The question now is not whether these changes are good or bad or whether we like the new trade-offs we're all living through. This is the new reality. And this challenge is with us now. It is here. It's not going away by itself, and it's not going away, according to these experts, anytime soon. So I would submit to you the question that does matter is how do we face this reality? How do we face it together? How do we stay informed so we can face it responsibly? As individuals, as communities, and as a nation. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.